Okay, so let me go ahead and share my screen then. All right, here we go. So, wow, that is pretty trippy. So really what I wanted to do was just kind of give a real example of when a transition would be a good thing to use. And so here real quick, this is just a plain web page with the nav bar at the top, and there's a little hamburger icon at the top left of the screen as well, that when I click that, there's this side menu that just kind of pops out, and it's a little choppy. And this is probably the best example that I could find of where a transition would actually help the flow of how a website works. So just to explain a little bit what's going on here, this hamburger icon has an on-click attribute that calls a function that changes the width of this nav bar from 0 to 150 pixels, so that it's visible. And then this X icon at the top of the div has an on-click attribute as well that calls a function that changes it back to 0. It also sets the margin of the rest of the page at 150 pixels as well, so that everything is pushed aside. But just wanted to show you what happens when we add a transition to the side nav and also the main div as well. It's just a much smoother. Need to save that. It's just a much smoother process. As you can see, it just kind of flows in and flows out. So yeah, that's all I have about transitions today. Really, the trick is transition the property or attribute. I'm not sure which one it is, but in the CSS, when you're defining the transition, if you just give the time, it will automatically be applied to whatever attribute is specifically changed. So on this, it's the width, and it takes 1 second to change the width of this navigation menu. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense, and that you guys find that as cool as I do.
Awesome, thanks.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, Eric.
Do you guys have any questions about how that's done, or?
This is yours. Take care of it.
I don't have any questions, but I like where you went with it on showing, how it was choppy at first and then the transition made it smooth. I really like that.
Going once, going twice, and sold to Garaix here.
All right, Davy, I think, did you have a presentation as well?
I do. It's on HTML5 tags. I think particularly video, audio, and canvas. Can you guys see the presentation? Hello?
Yes, I can take it.
So video tags pretty straightforward. You can embed videos in HTML5 and you don't need the Flash plugin anymore. That's kind of nice. Here, as you can see in the example, you can put multiple sources. That way you can have multiple formats and support. Some browsers support different things, and some computers may not be able to read all kinds of videos. And you have different attributes you can put in there, like controls here. That's part of the video tag, as you can see. It just means you're going to see the controls, like you can play, stop, loop. If you just put that in there, just loop, it'll just loop the video. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. And you have other tags from the global and event attributes. Let me show you this is a video here. I just have this video tag, pretty simple. There's the URL, and this is a function I'm calling when this is in place, but I haven't finished working on this. So yeah, pretty straightforward. If I put like, do you see how it stopped? I can put the loop, and it'll loop through. I can also do let's do controls and see what happens. I have the controls now down here. One thing I noticed is I wanted it to like put like YouTube videos, and like this is a Rick Astley video. You know, you've been Rick Rolls, and but it doesn't work because I think YouTube videos have to be embedded into an iframe. So when you share a YouTube video, they kind of give you the HTML code for it, and then you can see it. Yeah, and some YouTube channels, like Vivo channels, they kind of control the content, so it won't actually stream it. So anyway, those are some things to watch out for. Audio tags, they're pretty much the same. I mean, you just put some either WAV files or MP3 files. WAV files are not supported by Internet Explorer up until a certain version, I think. Have same attributes you can use, and pretty straightforward. But where the fun begins, I think, is Canvas. I think Canvas is very powerful. You can just set up an area in your screen, like here, 200 by 100. You position it wherever you want with CSS, and on that canvas you can use JavaScript and script things like circles and rectangles and gradients and things like that. And I mean, you can put games in there. It's really great. I mean, that's where you can just whatever you think of, just you can make it happen in there. I have a short example. I haven't finished this yet, but I have a canvas here. Here I excuse me. I have an event that's watching for my mouse position on there, and I have it draw a circle around my mouse position. Let me reset that. I don't know. It's just very simple.
Can you show us the event that you used for that?
The what?
You said that there was an event that was listening for your mouse to hover over it.
Yeah, it's this one right here. It's called Add Event Listener. So Canvas is my document. Canvas is like this right here. It's called overlay, but I call it Canvas. And Add Event Listener and mouse move, and then I have a function like so. Every time it moves, it'll draw the circle. I can have it write a message too, and probably save. And the message here I have written is, it'll tell me the position of my cursor. So you can see in the canvas, it's not like an XY cardinal coordinates where the 0 and 0 is like the bottom left. Here it's top left. See, it's like low inverse. You know, growing up in school, they teach us, you know, the Cartesian coordinates. So anyway, just one little fun factor. And you can draw a circle. You can do all kinds of things. I mean, this is like a playground. And the reason why it's this color is I just had a background color with a transparency of 50%. I can put, see, it's more red. I can put different colors, whatever. So that's pretty much it. So Canvas, very, very powerful feature. You guys have any questions?
No, that's really cool though.
Yeah.
What resource, like, how did you know how to make a function that would like draw a circle?
Well, I on W3 schools is they have that as an example. There, I have it right here. And you see I copy and pasted the code. And I put my own element ID. So yeah, like it's just it's the arc function. This is the x coordinate, the y coordinate. That's like the radius type of thing. Actually, they have that all listed here. Some of them can have a lot of parameters. But yeah, you get all of this on W3 School.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. Remember the 1 week I wasn't able to. I just sent you guys a video of my presentation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was on local storage, and I can show you guys something real quick if you don't mind.
Sure.
On local storage. Right here. So I made like this little logo creator, and you can choose your color and you can draw these things, and then you can save your logos, you know. Do that. Logo sample. Save it. And it's saved here in the local storage. There's this one. And these are the other ones that I've done yesterday or the day before, or this week actually. And because it's in local storage, I can just restore them. These are other logos I've made. And yeah, that's it. I was pretty proud of that.
That's cool. Did you
That's
copy
awesome.
that and just modify that, or I mean,
What's that?
did you just find that and then modify it? Was that kind of
No,
what you did?
I mean, this is a lot of little parts that I found places, but it's pretty much all built by myself. Like I researched, I wanted like a grid like this, and then I want to have the buttons, and yeah, I spent too much time on this. I could have done other things, but
That looks fun though. That's the kind of stuff I like to do, you know.
yeah. Yeah, I have a like it'll go through when I click save. It'll actually do two things. You know how the local storage is a pair? It's like the key and the value of it.
Value.
So yeah, so the key and value pair for each of these. The key is the name, and the value is a long string of each of these squares, their colors. So
There's no reason for us in life to be friends.
they're like each of these squares are named. Like this one will be called C, or for cell C15, and then you have C25, C35. So you'll have that, comma, and the color. So white, black, whatever. It'll be long string. So it'll just save this key value pair, and then when I restore it, it'll just go look for it and just, re-engineer it back into the grid here.
Well,
That's
seems like that
cool.
would have taken a long time.
Yeah, I think yeah.
But it's really cool, you know?
Yeah.
Was it really that complicated, or was it just more trying to figure it out that took you the time?
Was it what?
Was it really that complicated, or was it more about functionality that took you most of the time?
Yeah, it was more about It's not complicated. It's just about making sure it's functional. Like some of these little pieces, sometimes you just got to get the right variables. And just a matter of making it work, but it's not that complicated. I mean, it probably looks complicated, but
Okay.
yeah, local storage is a pretty cool thing.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm not that good yet, so we won't even go that direction.
I'm sure you have the potential. No
Yeah,
doubt.
Potential is one thing, ability is another. Davey, I appreciate that, but
I have a lot of potential energy around my midsection, but that doesn't mean a whole lot.
yeah, that's a good way to put it. It doesn't make me a model, but I'm still fat. Okay, Davey.
Yeah. All right.
I might want to steal that from you. I like that. That was cool.
Yeah, go for it. It's on my GitHub URL here. And I'll keep putting other ones as I work on them.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I should have 13, not 4, and the 4th one I'm still working on. So yeah, it's cool, but I don't have them done.
Well, I think I'm combining like 5 in a row, so I wouldn't worry too much.
That's what I'm gonna do.
I'm just at the point where let's hammer it out. Let's get it done.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of small ones that I'm working on. I'll just turn them in at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, just give yourself a little time for him to give feedback and for you to rework them if needed.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, because last semester in my class, I had a similar class as this one, and got a few surprises at the very end. Like it's like that teacher, he was just hanging on to his grade. He didn't want to give it until all of the topics were in there. But this teacher seems to be really cool. I mean, I don't know. He seems to like the things I've done. I haven't shown him this one yet, but anyway, he seems to be easier to work with.
He seems like he's okay, but again, I haven't talked to him much, so I can't really say that either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.